gifted me some Ginkgo biloba that she pulled from her tree on another property. And I was so excited that I had to rush here so that I could get this process and to show you how. So what I'm going to do is just go through the process of pulling the leaves from the plant. I've already gone through and pulled a couple that look like they had a little bird poop on them, but you know, they're plants outside, they're trees, there's birds, and that's going to happen. And then I've already gone through and rinsed them off so that way they have no real debris on them. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started. So while I pull these off just to get them ready for our tincture, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how they're used medicinally, how they're processed, and what type of person and what conditions would you want to include Ginkgo biloba into your health and wellness journey. Okay, let's get started. Ginkgo biloba is a tree known for its unique fan-shaped leaves and incredible longevity. Native to China, this living fossil, as it's often called, has a rich history of use in traditional medicine dating back thousands of years. It was introduced to the United States in the late 18th century and has since become a popular ornamental tree in parks and urban areas due to its resilience and distinctive appearance. Medicinally, ginkgo is primarily known for its use in enhancing cognitive brain function, such as memory support, improved mental clarity, and a boost to overall cognitive health. Scientific studies have identified several key chemical constituents in ginkgo that contribute to its therapeutic effects. The most notable are flavonoids, terpenoids, and ginkgolides. Flavonoids or ginkgolides, unique to Ginkgo biloba, have been shown to have neuroprotective properties. That means that they serve to protect nerve cells against damage, degeneration, and impairment of function. Research suggests that these compounds can enhance cognitive function, particularly in older adults, and may help in managing symptoms of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Ginkgo remains a widely used and respected herb in both traditional and modern medicine. Ginkgo is commonly found in dietary supplements, teas, and tinctures. To make a tea, simply steep the dried leaves in hot water for 3 to 5 minutes, strain, and enjoy. And to make a tincture, well, you're watching the best video. Okay, so as you can see, we have a handful of leaves. And I want to show you if I were to squeeze them together, I mean, they would fit into one fist size, okay? So what I have here is a 2-cup jar, and I'm just gonna stuff as many leaves as I can in this jar. To the top. And I just want to let you know, this is called the folk method. There's several methods to tincturing, and tincturing basically means that you're using an alcohol solvent with herbs. And so there's a couple of different ways. There's the folk method, which is about 50% alcohol by volume. You just put in a handful of whatever herbs you're using, and you fill it to the top with some in this case vodka. Well, actually in this case I'm using Everclear. It's 190 proof, and we'll have to water it down a little bit, but we're going to use that, and it's just kind of an eyeball method. There is a more detailed structured method, and I'll get to that in another video, which actually requires weighing the herb and measuring your menstruum by milliliters. It's kind of grams to milliliters. And that's when you're looking for very specific doses of things. But you know, our folks seem to know what to do, when to do it. And so I trust the folk method. It's never let me down. And I think that's probably what a lot of people go with, okay? So now that we have our jar that's nearly full with the Ginkgo biloba, we're gonna add our Everclear, and we're gonna add some spring water. Now in this next section, what you're going to see me doing is basically using the scientific method and starting with 180% or 190% proof grain alcohol, which I have to dilute down using distilled water. However, I realize most people are probably just going to have some regular vodka in their cabinet, and that's what you'll be using. So I'm just going to voice over through this section as to not confuse anyone. So as long as you have an 80, 90 proof vodka in your cabinet, you're just going to pour what you have in your jar. But if you're using something stronger, like a grain alcohol of 180 or 190 proof, then you're definitely going to want to water that down using distilled water and splitting it about half and half. So again, just kind of look past this part of me adding water. You're not going to do that if you have just a regular vodka. And also for my gluten-free folks, you can use Tito's vodka. That is gluten-free, and it does a great job at making some really good tinctures as well. Okay, we're going to put the lid on that. Give it a shake. And we're going to make sure to label it. We're going to store it on a shelf for about 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes if it's like a fresh leaf, you could probably get by with like 2 to 3 weeks. Some people go by moon cycles, starting tinctures on a new moon or a full moon and only harvesting them on a new moon or a full moon. So there's lots of different ways that you can incorporate some real earth elements to your tinctures that make it fun and really special to what you want to honor as far as your relationship with Mother Nature. Okay, so we have our tincture, and then I'll show you what the label should look like. We'll slap that on, and we'll put it in a place where we can remember to just give it a shake every now and then, just kind of keep things moving around in there. Let it know we hadn't forgot about it. You can sing to it, love on it, set some intentions, and that's really important. Is when you are making herbal medicines, it's important that you do set an intention. And so I know the chemical properties of Ginkgo biloba and what I would like for it to do for me. And so I just make sure that I say whatever intentions I have for this medicine. And that's even not just for myself, but also for clients that I'm working with. So that's really important. And that's also just something special that you can do with your own relationship to herbs. Okay? All right. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you enjoyed this video.